For today's video, I am going to present a remedial strategy sheet for reading. The title of the strategy is Teaching Vocabulary Using a Graphic Organizer, specifically the word map. A word map is a visual representation, and it engages students in developing a definition, synonym, antonym, and a picture for a given vocabulary word or concept. This strategy will help students who have difficulty with reading comprehension and learning new information from text due to underlining word recognition problems. This strategy will also help students who are challenged by unfamiliar words, who choose to skip it in context or take so much time decoding the word that reading comprehension is sacrificed. This strategy will help students to develop their understanding of a word, develop the concept within their memory, build prior knowledge, and visually represent new information. This strategy will also help students to think about new term concepts in several ways by asking the following questions. What is it? What is it like? And what are some examples? The duration of this strategy would be 2 sessions per 10 to 12 weeks. And if you're going to use this strategy online, you can use different slides such as PowerPoint presentation, Google Slides, and Peer Deck for more interactive session. The materials needed for this strategy are a whiteboard and a marker. It can also be a chalkboard and a chalk. Classroom arrangement and other preparations needed. Throughout the process, the teacher's role is to guide, nurture, and facilitate learning, to offer support and advice when needed, to provide the necessary scaffolding and teaching of knowledge and skills when needed. The teacher's role lessens as the students develop their knowledge and skills. For students to internalize a concept of a definition, to increase their efficiency when they gain new vocabulary through reading. Here are the procedures for this strategy. Number 1. Introduce the vocabulary word and the map to the students. Number 2. Teach the students on how to use the map by using the target word in the central box. Number 3. Ask the students to suggest some words or phrases to put it in the other boxes, which answers the following. What is it? What is it like? And what are some examples? Number 4. Encourage students to use synonyms and a picture to help illustrate the new target word or concept. Number 5. Demonstrate how to write a definition using information on the word map. Here are some other tips, guidelines, and other specifications for this strategy. Teachers and students will find the strategy useful in evaluating their knowledge of vocabulary, guiding their research for new information, and as an aid in recalling other concepts. Good morning, class. How is everyone? I hope everyone's doing well, and welcome to our remedial session. For today's session, here are our objectives. At the end of the session, students are able to define the meaning of the vocabulary words. And here are our vocabulary words for today. The first vocabulary word is law, the second one is violation, and the third one is homogeneous. We are going to learn these vocabulary words through an graphic organizer. And here is our graphic organizer. Can you see it? Is it visible? At first, we are going to put our vocabulary word here in the central box. And I'm going to ask you, what do you think is it? And what is it like? And what are some examples? Are you ready? Are you ready to answer some of our vocabulary words? Okay, if your answer is yes, we are going to start now with the first one. Our first vocabulary word is law. Here in our central box, I put the word law here. So what do you think a law is, or what is it? Okay, no one is answering. No one wants to try first. Okay, I will answer it first. I think the law is the rules of society. Now, I want you to answer, what is it like? Okay, someone answered it is a guide. Anyone else? And someone answered it ensure our safety. That is good, thank you. And for the last one, what is it like? What is the law like? Okay, someone answered enforced by punishment. Okay, that's good job answering what is it like. Now I want you to cite some examples of a law. What do you think are some examples of it? Okay, someone answered no stealing. That is good. Good job. And what else? Someone answered no killing. Of course, it is a law. No killing is not allowed. And for the last example, what do you think is the last example? Okay, no harming others. That is good. And you all did a great job. Now, I want you to read some of this one. Synonyms. Synonyms are words or phrases that is exactly or nearly exactly what the word means. Now, for here, the synonyms of law are, it can be rules, ordinance, bill, guide, and instruction. Can you please repeat that? Anyone from the class? Okay, go ahead. Thank you. Now, for the next one is an antonyms or antonyms. Antonyms are the exact opposite meaning of the word. Earlier, we defined law as a guide. As a guide, it is a rules of our society. It ensures our safety, and opposite words of law is, it can be violation, illegality, and misbehavior. Now, I want you to picture in your head what do you think a law is? Someone said it can be Lady Justice, of course, because Lady Justice supports fair treatment in our society. That's why she is holding a scale here. What else? Okay, someone answered the rules that is posted in outside our houses, like this one. No jaywalking. It is a city ordinance. It can be seen in our outside of our house, that there will be no jaywalking or no littering. Yes, thank you. Now, for the next one, in the answers we have earlier, we can define law as, the law is the rule of society, which is a guide to ensure our safety. If law is not followed, punishment can be enforced. Some examples of law are no stealing, no killing, and no harming. Will someone please repeat what is presented in the slide? What is the definition of law? Okay, thank you. Now, Let's move on to our next vocabulary word, which is violation. Here, you can see that I put the vocabulary word in the central box. What do you think a what a violation is? Okay, no one is answering again, but it's okay. I can answer it for you, so you can follow the next question. I think violation is act of breaking rules. There you have it. I want you to answer what is it like, or what violation is like. Okay, someone answered misbehavior. Anyone else who would like to answer what a violation is like? Okay, someone said destroying something. Very good, thank you. And for the last one, what do you think is it? Yes, it can also be disobedience to authority. Thank you, you all did a great job citing some other examples or definition of it. Now, I want you to answer what are some of its examples? What are some examples of violation? Okay, someone answered rebellion. Thank you. What else? And someone answered cheating. Yes, cheating is a violation, especially in exams or tests. And for the last example, who would like to answer? Okay, someone answered the use of inappropriate language. Yes, it is also a violation. Now, let's move on to the synonyms. Again, synonyms are exact or nearly exact meaning of another word, which in here, the synonyms of violation are offense, crime, wrongdoing, and misbehavior. Earlier, you stated that violation is like a misbehavior, which is correct. Next one, for the antonyms. Again, antonyms are the exact meaning of another word. The antonyms of violations are good manners, good deed, and obedience. Now, I want you to think pictures or illustrations that describes violation. Okay, thank you. Let's see what we have here. We have here someone driving a motorcycle. What do you think is the violation of this person? Okay, someone answered that the person is not wearing his helmet properly. That is very good observation. Thank you. What else? What do you think? Okay, someone also answered that he is not wearing the proper shoes, which is also a violation because it is said in our rules of society that when riding a motorcycle or driving a motorcycle, we should not wear our slippers, but rather shoes that can protect our feet in case of incidents such as accidents. What else? Okay, someone answered that the person may be overspeeding because of the blurry image in the background. Thank you for your answers. What else? What else can you think of or another example or of pictures regarding violations? Okay, someone answered traffic violations. Here are some of the examples of traffic violations. These are the don'ts. Yes, these are the don'ts. No entry, no right turn, no left turn, no U-turn, bawal pumarada, no parking. This is a tow-away zone, and no parking anytime from Monday to Friday. Thank you for your examples. That is very good You did a good job. From the answers earlier, we can define violation as it is the act of breaking rules such as misbehavior, destroying something, and disobedience to authority. And here are some examples of violation. It can be rebellion, cheating, and the use of inappropriate language. Will someone please read again the definition of violation? Thank you. Now for the next vocabulary words. We have here the homogeneous. What do you think homogeneous is like? What is it rather? Okay. No one is answering again. Do you want me to answer it for you again? Okay. Let's see what we have here. I think it is all the same or similar kind to nature. Or nature rather. Now I want you to answer this question. What is it like? What do you think homogeneous is like? Based on the definition that I gave you. Okay, someone answered it is identical because it is all the same or similar. Okay, that's good. Good job. Very good. And what else? Someone answered it can be consistent because since it is all the same or similar, it can be consistent. What else? Yes. Someone answered always the same. Very good. Thank you for your answers. Now, what are some examples of homogeneous? Can someone answer what are some examples of homogeneous? Okay, someone answered it can be the uniform we wear, the uniforms we wear. That is good. Thank you. Good job. What else? Okay, someone answered any type of liquid because it is identical and it is consistent. It is similar to each other. What else? Someone answered species or species. Okay, I think, yeah. Homogeneous is also a species because as human, we are all homogeneous. We are human. For the next one, synonyms again. Synonyms are exactly or nearly exactly the meaning of the word to another word. The synonyms for homogeneous are similar, alike, uniform, standardized, and identical. And you answered identical earlier, which means that is correct. You did a good job. And for the antonyms, we have here the antonyms for homogeneous are different, variety, distinct, and diverse. Because again, antonyms means the exact opposite of the meaning of another word. Now, I want you to think of examples or pictures that describes homogeneous. Okay, someone answered because it is similar or all the same. Example is any type of liquid. Yes, we have here liquids. Although it has different colors, but again, at the end of the day, it is liquid, which is a homogeneous example. What else? Okay, someone answered the uniform we wear. Okay, that is good. Here is an example. This is an example of uniform for school. I think this one is for high school or elementary. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. And here, from the definitions we gave earlier, we can identify homogeneous as all the same or similar kind of nature. Homogeneous can also be identical, consistent, and always be the same. Some of the examples of homogeneous are uniform, any type of liquid, and species or species. Will someone please read again the definition of homogeneous? Okay, thank you. Okay, I think we are at the end of our lesson, or nearly the end. I Here again are the definitions of law violation and homogeneous. Will someone please read what is the definition of law? This is the definition that we gave our answers. Okay. It's the rule of society. Okay. Thank you. I see that you learned something. You definitely learned something for today's session. And for the violation, will someone please read the definition that we gave earlier? The violation, yes. The violation. Thank you. And for the last one, the definition of homogeneous. Will someone please read what the definition is homogeneous? Thank you. Now, I guess we are at the end of our session. I see that everyone learned a lot to be exact for today's session. We learned to give our ideas and thoughts about the word of a vocabulary word. What is it like? What is it like? And what are some examples? Now we are at the end of our slide. Did we? I want you to reflect. Did we achieve this objective for today's session? For our session for today, rather. Again, I'm going to read the objective for today's session. At the end of the session, students are able to define the meaning of the vocabulary word. Do you think that we achieved this objective rather for today? Did we define the meaning of the vocabulary words? Yes. Thank you for the answer. Yes, we did achieve this objective. We defined the different vocabulary words which are law, violation, and homogeneous. Very good. And that's it for our today's session. I hope you all learned something, and if not a lot, you learned a lot for today's session. I will see you again for the next meeting, for our next session, for another set of vocabulary words. You may leave the classroom now. Thank you.